Hi everyone, and welcome to Snap Vegan, where eating on the cheap doesn't have to kill you. And I always have a terrific hair day. Today we're going to go over another quick and easy recipe. My guess is from start to finish it's going to be about 15 minutes. So let's see how that shakes out. Today I'm using my InstantPot again. I love my InstantPot. I scrubbed and washed a large sweet potato. Isn't that a big one? And I put water in the bottom. I'm going to add just a little bit of hot water to make the build-up time just a little bit less. Okay, I added enough water until the potato floated. I was going to use my steamer basket, but I'm not steaming. The InstantPot calls for 15 minutes for a whole large potato. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to make sure it's covered in water or has enough. And right now, it's floating. So that tells me we're good to go. Alright, so we're going to put the lid on. If I can get the lid on. I know I'm not the only one with these issues. There we go. There, and then we're going to make sure that the vent is closed and that we're going to be cooking here. And then we're going to go manual for 15 minutes because that's what the book said to do. And in the meantime, I'm going to pull some greens out of the oven. I'm going to pull some greens out of the freezer and show you what we're going to do next. Okay, and now I'm going to add some vegetable broth to my pan. Just enough to cover the bottom a little bit. Then I have frozen kale. We're going to saute the kale in the vegetable broth on a slow saute. Let's see if we can get you to watch the action here. Turn it up. Got a little piece of vegetable in there or something. I think it's paper from the box. Let's squish up the kale. And I'm just going to dump it in because that is going to reduce like you wouldn't believe. And I need a double hit of kale today. That's going to shrink down significantly. So we're going to get that action going. And then, just so you know, the next part is going to be just a can of butter beans. After the kale sautés and the sweet potatoes ready, we're going to have sweet potatoes, butter beans, and kale. Nice, quick, and easy recipe from start to finish. We'll see you on the other side of the saute. Smelling good up in here. Just going to let that simmer down just a little bit before I add any seasoning. Where'd my kale go? It disappeared. So I'm going to turn this down. You see I still have a lot of good vegetable broth in here. So I'm going to turn this down to a really super low simmer. And do this nice and slow. Steam's starting to come out of the top of the vent hole, which means my pressure's just about to build. And then we'll get started on the 15-minute cook for the sweet potato. Gotta wait for it. Spectacular steam about to happen here. So this is the build-up phase for the InstantPot. InstantPot. A lot of people say InstantPot. It's just easier. iPot, whatever. But even though the cook time is 15 minutes, that doesn't mean that's all it's going to take. So it has to build up pressure. And that's what it's doing right now. And you can see the steam coming from the vent. It's kind of hard to, there, coming from the vent there. And then pretty soon, it's just going to shoot up, and then that valve is going to turn off. And when that happens, that's when the actual cook time begins. And it's going to happen in a minute. See the steam getting more and more. There's a little valve in there that when the steam builds up, that valve rises up and seals off the lid, and that's when all the good things start happening. I normally would just steam this for about 5 minutes, but I don't know. I didn't want a steamed potato this time. I just wanted to try the potato this way in the Instant Pot. So this is my first experiment with a sweet potato using this particular method. I do usually steam them all until they're done. And this is like waiting to watch grass grow a little bit. Kind of feels that way. But it's so close to happening, I don't want you to miss it. Because it doesn't, it just psh, and then it's done. So I hope everybody's having a good summer with your kids. Home from school. Nice vacation times. It's pretty warm here in Fort Wayne. It's supposed to be about 91, 92 today. The humidity is pretty extreme though. Dew point's about 70. So that's a pretty humid day. But we had a mild winter pretty much, and you know, a few good hot days is no big deal to me. Here it comes. Here it comes. But anyway, so I put out my vitamin D absorption station yesterday. What is that, you say? What is a vitamin D absorption station? It's a lounge chair out in the grass. So, yeah. So I sat out there, and it took about 10 minutes for me to come back in the house. You know, I'm a pretty pale person. I used to tan really, really good, and then I started working for a dermatologist, and and he prohibited anybody from sunburn, period. If you got sunburn or used a tanning bed, you were fired. Plain and simple. With all the melanoma we saw coming in the office, I knew exactly where he's coming from. So we could use the fake tanning lotions and stuff like that, but we could not be sun damaged in any way. And so that got me thinking, so I just pretty much quit laying out in the sun a lot. And then I became vitamin D deficient. Imagine that. I get out and walk the dog a couple, 3 times a day, but not for, you know, a great long period of time. I'll watch this thing, make sure you don't miss it. So anyway, yesterday I did. I put out my lounge chair, laid out a little bit to get some sun. Was reading the Chef AJ's Unprocessed book. And she makes some very good points in there. And you know, I'm going to try to do this right. I haven't stepped on the scale, but I'm not feeling like I'm losing anything. I'm not feeling like I'm gaining anything, but, you know, again, I am not going to step on that scale until the 1st of July. Period. Oops. I hear it. Wait a minute. I hear it. Here we go. I want you to witness this, so you'll know what to expect. Here we go. If you're new to the Instant Pot, you read it, but it's different to experience it. The first time this happened, I was like, what the heck, it's going to blow up? But watch, here we go. The steam's going to build up, and then that valve is going to shut off, And then the Instant Pot is going to beep again to let you know the cooking has begun. You see right now, it just says on. Ta-da! And this is going to change. Wait for it. Anyhow, it's going to change. I'll let you know. It'll beep. Let me know what's going on. So in the meantime, as you see, I turned this down to a really low simmer. And, you know, it's just low enough to keep it warm. I like mine really tender and cooked through. I also like kale raw in a salad. I mean, that's good too. But I've got this just cooking on low because I don't want it to get ready before the potato does. It's going to be 15 minutes after for the potato to start going. And then what we're going to do is after the potato's done, I'm going to put the butter beans. There'll be no more liquid left in this, but I'm going to use the liquid that's in the butter bean can and pour the butter beans in with the greens, and then turn it on high, warm up the beans, kind of flash saute the kale again. Then I'm going to season it all, and then we're going to plate it up. This is my breakfast, actually. I haven't eaten. You know, I only ate a bowl of cereal yesterday. I had the wheat checks. Actually, this is the mini wheats I use. I did that. A layer of oats. Put some strawberries and blueberries in there. Pretty, you know, fairly bigger than a regular cereal bowl. Kind of like a soup. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, a decent sized bowl. And then a little bit of almond milk. And that's all I ate all day. I'll take that back. I had 2 of these Natural Delights. You know what the ingredients are? Oh, the stupid thing won't focus. Anyway, the only ingredients are dates and almonds. That's it. So, I'm going to try to make that myself here pretty soon. Because why am I paying $5 and something in the store for almond balls or date balls when I can make them myself? So, and I have the almonds, I have the dates, so I'm going to give that a whirl too. So I don't know what's taking this so long to... Oh, here we go. Doggone it, it didn't beep again. Okay, so now we're on 14 minutes. And we'll come back after the potatoes done. And I'll show you what I'm talking about the flash saute business. Okay, our potatoes just about done. Yay. Be interesting to see how it turned out in this particular method of me cooking it versus steaming it. So we'll see how this goes. Don't you just hate waiting for a timer to go off? There it is. So the Instant Pot automatically goes into keep warm mode. I want to turn that off right here, and I'm going to vent right here. Got to be careful. There it goes. Okay, in the meantime, while that's venting and hissing in the background, you can see on that low simmer, the kale, still hasn't, dried out. So I kept it nice and low. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to crank that puppy up. I'm going to get that started, let it start heating up. You'll see what I'm going to do here in just a minute. I love my Tefal. I really only have to turn that on medium. And see, now it's starting to steam. I'm going to let it get just a little bit hotter, then I'll show you what I'm going to do. That ought to do it. Now I'm going to just pour this butter beans in here. Just like that. Yay! Then I'm going to add some Mrs. Dash Original Blend to the mix here. And while that's here, I'll spread the beans out a little bit. Nice one, well, if you don't count the Instant Pot. It's a nice one-pan meal here. I could throw some mushrooms in here, but I won't because I'm saving my mushrooms for something else. But this is great, high protein, high nutrition. This is a great, and I'm not going to eat all of that at one time. I'll probably eat all those greens, but I won't eat all those beans at one time. I don't know, maybe I will. We'll just have to see. So I'm letting that saute down till it's dry. Okay, so this has the vented out. I'm going to open her up. Oh, look at that. Huh. I didn't know it would do that. The potato split. Oh, nice. Nice. Oh, it feels good. But it did split. Okay, that saves me time in cutting it, don't it? Okay, we're going to put her over here. Let her calm down a little bit. Cool off a little bit. And then we'll throw this together and see what we got. This is kind of how it's looking in the cook process. It smells great. Okay, we're going to let that saute down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to stir the beans around a little bit just to keep them wet until they're not wet. They'll have a little glisten on them when it's over with, but it's not going to be, they're not going to be real wet. We just want to heat them all through because they're already pretty much cooked in the can. Cooked as much as I want them to be. Doesn't look good. I tell you, when I'm just cooking for me, and you know, I am not a fan of leftovers at all. I had a stepmother that used to, I'll tell you this story while I was cooking. I had a stepmother that she would start dinner at 9 o'clock in the morning and slow cook it until my dad got home at 5:30. She would only, like, if it was a meatloaf, that damn meatloaf would be in the freaking oven all damn day on like 200. But anyway, by the time it got around to having dinner, the green beans were so wrinkled and nasty, I wouldn't eat them. The meat was so dry, it was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. So went through about, and then if you didn't eat it all, eat what she had, she put the leftovers in the refrigerator and do the damn reheat method from 9 until 5:30 all the next day. I am not lying. And so that is what I do not like leftovers. It's psychological, I know, it's crazy, but I try to like, if I'm going to have leftovers, like I'll probably have some beans left over, I will, I'll mash those beans up and make a sandwich later on or something. I'll do something with them today. I'm not going to hold them over till tomorrow because I just can't. I can't make myself do that. If you've got any nasty leftover stories, put them in the comments below. God, you know, I'm 59 years old. Well, I'm still freaking out over something that happened when I was 16. But anyway. And then I joined the Coast Guard when I was 17, got the hell out of Dodge. I'm like, oh, you tell my dad, I'm like, man, I know you love her and all that kind of razzmatazz, but I can't eat that nasty food. I just can't. and you shouldn't be eating it either. It's not healthy. It's awful. And he kind of chuckled, and he didn't like it either, but he wasn't going to make no waves with the wife, you know what I'm saying? So, it's like, oh, God, so nasty. But anyway, tell me your leftover stories below. Let's take a look at how the saute is going. Alright. So maybe this is a 20-minute meal. I know the video is taking longer, but I did that in lots of different sections. That's okay. I could put a 5-hour video on YouTube if I want to. I just want you to stay through it all. So anyway, that's almost, see the pan right there? That's almost it's almost ready to go here, because I don't want a lot of liquid left, because I don't want the liquid on the plate. That's just how funny I am. And I don't care if the food touches. I'm not funky like that. But I do want to do this nice. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hit those greens with some balsamic vinegar. If I can do that one-handed. Let's see. Yeah, I can. I am so good. You know, this is a great value brand. Comes from Walmart. Maybe I can't do that last part. Nope, I'm going to have to sit her down. Let's see if I can do this here. Let's see. I'm going to get me a better tripod, I promise. But the lid leaks on this great value brand balsamic vinegar. So even if I screwed it all down and shook it up, it leaks. So I just quit shaking it that way. What I do now is I just shake it that way. And then I'll pour just a little bit of balsamic vinegar on the greens. I like vinegar. Like with my collard greens, I like apple cider vinegar. But not while it's cooking. I like balsamic vinegar to use while I'm cooking something. But like on greens, I like apple cider vinegar after it's cooked. I don't know why I don't want to cook it in with it. But somehow or another, when you're cooking balsamic vinegar in with something, it's so good. Balsamic vinegar is also really good to make salad dressing with. Nice oil-free salad dressing. So, let's see, what is it? Look at Jane Esselson's 3-2-1 dressing. I'm going to make some of that and do that on a video. I started going through my China study cookbook, looking at some things that I can just, you know, make and use for videos to show you guys how it looks. But I'll tell you, you know, some of those ingredients are expensive. And, you know, not something, I don't have, you know, whole wheat pastry flour on hand, so here in about a week or so, I'm going to order some from Bob's Red Mill online. It's not too expensive, but I have whole wheat flour, but it's not pastry flour. I don't know if there's a big difference with that or not. If there is, you know. Okay, so now the beans are starting to get that thickening. Okay, so I think we're good here. Let's plate her up. Okay, so there it is. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Oh man, that's a power-packed, nutritious meal that 20 minutes or less. So, I highly recommend taking all the shortcuts you can to get the maximum output. And all we used was vegetable broth, Mrs. Dash Original Blend, and my Instant Pot. Okay, taste test time, because, you know, it has to be done. Gonna have a bean. You know, I love butter beans. I love butter beans and rice, but I like to keep the juice from the can to make the rice soupy. I like it like that. Okay, let's do the greens here. Come here, greens. Excellent. Went a little heavy on the balsamic there. That's okay. That's good. That's alright. And now for sweet potato. Oh my goodness. I think I like that better than steaming my sweet potatoes or even baking them. That is really, really good. Full flavor. Not dry at all. Thumbs up. Thank you for hanging with me for the whole video. If you wouldn't mind, please subscribe. The more subscribers I get, the more YouTube lets me do. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my nice, quick, and easy meal of sweet potatoes, kale, and butter beans. Bye-bye now.